Hey guys, what's up? I know it's been a long time. I haven't streamed in a long time. Some personal health issues and family things have kept me from being able to stream. But I wanted to make a quick little tutorial to help some of you guys out. As you can see, I'm on Mott. Some of you guys know that I enjoy Mott. I like doing endless missions on Mott. I find it fun. This is the easy way to do endless missions on Mott. Now, if you're not going to play a stealth frame, it's a little bit more, there's a little bit more to it if you're not doing a stealth frame. But, it's also a little easier if you get like a group of people that like endless missions. So here, as you can see, like a large number of them are already up to 5,000 level-wise. It's not as hard as what people think. I will be showing my build here. I'm not going to be staying much longer. I'm extremely tired. But I just wanted to make a quick guide. I'm going to show my build and what I use when I come in here and do this.
Look what our Tenno operative just found.
And yeah, so the thing you need to understand is if you can come in here and go for 3 hours, which is when mobs are going to hit like about level 1000. If you can do 3 hours, you can stay in here until they hit 9,999. Because it does not get any tougher. It really doesn't. The only things you have to watch out for, okay, are going to be venomous or toxic ancients, because they do damage, and parasitics. But you don't have to stress about parasitics, because if you use a build like what I'm using, you're not going to run out of energy unless you're just not paying attention. If you're not paying attention, anything is possible. But the other thing is, if you want to execute an ancient, come behind it and point kind of at the back of its crown. Because you can't execute them from the front. Okay. You also technically do not have to execute ancients. All right.
That should keep you going.
I'll show you the next time I get one up here. But you totally don't have to execute them. You can kill the mob that's close to it, and it will kill the ancient. So, like I said, the only things you really have to worry about is venomous, the ones that do damage. They can technically kill you if you don't notice them and get rid of them in time. But parasitics, unless you're just not paying attention, you're not going to lose enough energy to not be able to recoup it with the build that I'm using. Now it's a little tougher to recoup it because you have to channel to help keep it up. And with channel being on a toggle now, it's a little inconvenient. see, as you can see, it's pretty easy stuff here. I'm not worried about these because, like I said, I'm gonna be leaving here soon. You can see I've been in here for got a little over 4 hours. Get close to that 4 hours and 30 minutes in about 2 minutes. Where's the ancients when you need them? I really kind of wanted to show you what I was talking about.
Life support on the way.
Hate those. Come on, dude. Get up. Okay, so for MOAs, in order to execute them, come to the back end of them, point at their tail, and that's how you execute MOAs. Okay, so you see that ancient? See how it died when I killed the closest mob to it? You don't technically have to kill the ancient. I like to usually pickpocket them before I kill them, but you don't have to. And as you can see, as long as I channel, I'll keep my energy up plenty.
The longer you fight, the more successful.
Oh, that is one of the ones that I'm telling you that you have to worry about. Toxic ancients. So, in order to deal with those, let me go ahead and heal up real quick. Alright, I didn't notice it when it came out. Like, I'm so tired, guys. You have no idea.
Consider extraction.
Let me go ahead and pop this real quick. What you want to do is just kill it really, really fast. That's all. That's all. Let's get in here. And that's it. So you don't got to worry about taking too much damage. As long as you kill it quick, you're fine.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Now, nullifiers, of course, you have to worry about. And I'll be showing you what I use to deal with nullifiers, and I'll tell you why I use it. Most of you already know if you've done this before. It's the one thing that the miter is useful for.
Extraction is your best option.
No, it's not. If extraction was my best option, I would have done that like hours and hours ago. So that's basically it. For the MOAs, make sure that you shoot them in the tail. For ancients, you gotta like stand behind them and get them in the crown like that. I keep forgetting to turn on my channel so I get my energy back. But that's basically it, guys. As you can see, these mobs are like
That should keep going for
over 5,000 already. And that's not as high as they get. They get to 9,999. And they're no tougher to kill at that level than they are at this level. So, for real. You know what? I might pop a couple more of those before I head for the exit. Oh, come on. There you go.
Life support has been replenished.
It's so super simple to do this. Absolutely anybody can do this, guys. And I recommend everybody try it at least once. You know, get yourself an Ivara and just try it. You might find out that you actually kind of enjoy the longer missions. You don't have to do 4.5 hours like I've done. I've done way longer than this. I've actually seen level capped
Additional life support.
critters before, but you just, you know, try it. You might like it. I find it actually kind of fun. And when you see the kind of rewards that you can get off of doing this, you'll understand why this is one of my favorite things to do when I wasn't streaming. And I do miss streaming, but family stuff. By the way, if anybody's into prayer, say something for my oldest son. He's got some health issues of his own at the moment, and it's pretty serious. I'm not going to go into it, but if you guys are into prayer, please do.
Life support has been replenished. We will all share this bounty. Hold out as long as you can. Get ready for a capsule.
The reason I say it doesn't get any harder is because once you hit level 1000 mobs, everything can instant kill you anyway. So when you hit level 9,999, it's not going to instant kill you any more than insta kill. So, you know, if you can do 3 hours, which is what it takes to get to level 1000 mobs, you can do 8, 9, 10, 12. You can stay in here for an eternity because it will never get harder. Other little things I do, some people might not know, is drones. The little drones, I ignore those entirely. The reason I do that is because sometimes if you kill them, you'll get a bug and you'll wind up with no mobs. And turns out you'll search the map and find out that there's a room with like 1 billion drones in it. Well, not 1 billion, but you get the point. A whole bunch of drones in it. And because you were killing them, they'll be like ridiculously high level and you won't be able to do anything about it. So it's like, it'll end your session.
Life support on the way.
Lots of damage. Might as well stay those 4 minutes, huh? I actually should stay until I hit 5 hours. Just for the giggles.
Another life support.
I'm so
capsule
tired
is
though,
now
guys.
available.
I'm just exhausted. The room that I was in when we started is one of my favorite tiles to do this on. This one isn't horrible if you want to camp this corner, but it's not exactly stellar either. Like I said, it's really easy peasy. The only thing that can get you killed is if you make a mistake, really. You know, fat finger, key, it happens. I've done it.
Life support incoming.
2 more minutes. I'll just hang out here and kill some dudes for 2 more minutes. And don't worry about using up. Don't worry about using up your oxygen. If you got 8, up there in the corner, use 1 so that you can be getting another one back. Because there's just no point in not.
Prepare for life support.
About 1 minute left. And watch those, because nullifiers have a habit of they'll bring their bubble out, and you'll think you popped it, and you didn't. They'll do what I call a fakie. They'll bring out a bubble, and then they'll decon their own bubble for some stupid reason, and you'll think you popped it with your miter, and they didn't. And then you'll get close and you'll find out the hard way. So pay attention to that. As you can see, that one's high level, but drones, I never touch them. Somewhere around here there's some low level drones, because I never touch them. I don't kill them. I don't kill drones. Alright, so there it is. Level 5,000 some odd mobs. Easy peasy stuff. Oh, look. Oh, a level 52 level 52 synthesis target. That's funny. Oh, look at all them level 5,000 coming after me. Alright. We'll jump out of there. I'll show you the builds real quick. As you can see, I did not die. I have 0 deaths. See? For the rewards, I don't know if you can. I'll lean over and I'll scroll down through the rewards, okay, so that you can kind of get an idea of what the rewards are. I was in there for 4 hours and 40 minutes. You got 8 Neo relics at the top, then you got 7 more Neos, then 6 more Neos, 2 axes, 2 axes, 6 more Neos, 3 axes, 8 more Neos, 4 axes, 5 Neos, 2 axes, 1 axie, 2 more Neos, bunch of Oberon parts, and I don't know, about 895 endo, 12 Argon credit. Yeah, it does. The rest of it doesn't really matter. But now you guys, this is why I've always been into doing endless missions, and this is why some of you that watch me stream will realize that I had thousands and thousands of relics. It's because of my endless missions and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through. I had my cat in there, and the reason I took my cavat is because you can't res a sentinel. So if something goes wrong, I could res my cavat, and then I got something to continually pick stuff up for me. The build that I use when I do this is the one that I'm using right now. Running underranked mods. Those who know me know that I will never put the last point in a prime mod, because it mathematically is an unsound thing to do. Cost to gain ratio is not there. So as you can see, I'm running enemy radar, cunning drift, prime continuity 1 under, stretch, auger message, flow 1 under, constitution. Has nothing to do with the knockdown recovery, because if you get knocked down, you're dead. Because you're not getting knocked down, you'll die before you hit the ground. 3 under narrow-minded. You could put another point in that if you wanted. I like to have a little over 100 range, but you could put another point if you wanted to. And 2 under fleeting expertise. You don't need to put that extra point in there. It's going to affect your duration, and you don't want to. 170 is going to be plenty. with Streamline. I'm running Arcane Resistance because the only thing you really have to worry about in there is Venomous or Toxic Ancients. And that gives you a little bit of defense against that. Energize for the obvious reasons, because you're going to want energy. Duration is the most important. Efficiency, of course, is the next important. I like to have a little bit of range. You can sacrifice range if you want. Don't go below 100 strength. Some of the people will tell you that Ivara doesn't need strength. Okay, now look. Here's the thing. Your pickpocket, the higher you can get your duration, I actually prefer higher duration, but I'm not going to sacrifice my range, will affect your steal time. Mine is 1.07 seconds. It works out pretty well. I have to slow myself down a little bit because my ball is too fast, because I can technically kill them before I can get my steal off. But what you want to do is your strength, if you go to negative strength, say you've got 40%, that gives you a 40% chance to be successful on your steal, on your prowl. So it does affect your time in that if you fail, you then have to reattempt to steal stuff from something. And so your time is doubled now. If you fail 3 times, your time has been tripled. If you fail 4 times, you see where I'm going with this. The 1 or 2 times I tried to run a negative strength Ivara, I had horrible RNG. I would try to pick a pocket and fail like 8 times in a row, and now I'm looking at 8 seconds to pick a pocket, and you just can't do that in an endless mission. You need to pick the pocket and get the oxygen as fast as you can so you can kill them and maybe get some more oxygen. So the people that run negative strength Ivara on endless missions, they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're not playing smart. All right, moving on. That's a simple build. That's the build I use for this. I won't show you my other builds. It's not important, unless you guys want to know something else. For the miter, the only reason, by the way, DE, that color no longer exists. I wish you guys could tell me where it went. This is my miter from back in the day, baby. I'm running Amalgam because of the sprint speed boost, split chamber, hush for obvious reasons. This is why you take the miter, the 90% chance to kill nullifier bubbles. This is affected by multi-shot, so every extra shot gets the same 90. So what you want to do is, if you have a Riven, you want to go for multi-shot people. If you're going to do this. If you're not, it doesn't matter. The rest of the mods don't even matter. This, and this. That's what matters. You could take that out if you don't want fire rate. You could put in just anything. I would almost recommend putting in, instead of fire rate, put in a reload. Reload speed would be great. Just whatever you feel like. You can even throw Vial in there if you want, because you're not using it for damage. But that's what I use. I sometimes use my miter to kill Vor when he shows up. You could stab him to death if you want. It doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. You don't even have to take a secondary weapon. I'm taking this simply because if my Kavat is out of action and something goes wrong and I've taken just a little damage from a toxic or a venomous, I can use this to heal myself real quick. Top myself up a little bit. And it affects my dodge speed, so I dodge just a little quicker. Nothing like rolling a little faster. This is the Bala that I use. You can use any weapon you want. I recommend not using a rock to dagger. The reason I say that is because the radiation procs can get you killed. I occasionally will do it just for giggles, because it makes it a little more challenging. But you do not have to invest as heavily in your Bala as I did here, okay? The reason my Bala has 4 mana is because I run a specific build. When I do indexes, I'll occasionally solo index until the index mobs are over 500, and so it requires a 4-form Abala basically in order to take them down quickly. As you can see, I run Brave, Stinging Thorn. You don't have to have that. The only thing that's truly important in this is going to be this mod right here. I of course run Zerger to get my speed up just a little bit faster than what it already is. I told you it's ridiculously fast. It's got attack speed on this plus finisher damage on this, which is overkill. You don't need it. Dispatch Overdrive because I like to move a little bit quicker while I'm in there. Get your kill speeds up. Of course, I'm running just Toxin. It doesn't matter what you run. Like I said, that's what's important. And that's the build I use for it. Now, if I'm going to kill level 500 stuff in the index, I believe that would be... I think it's this build. Yes. This is the build I use for killing level 500 mobs in the index. And if anybody's interested in that, let me up on Discord. I will be more than happy to explain that to you and how that will do that. It requires another weapon to apply conditions. Yeah. So that's what I use when I go for as long as you want. Like I said, you can go all the way up to 9,999 level mobs in mod with that. Now the stuff I'm running on, I'm obviously running Xeneric just in case you need to get a little more energy, but I usually don't get out of my frame. The reason you run Xeneric is because energy pulse. So every time you pick up energy orbs, they give you a little bit extra energy. That's it. All of my stuff is maxed. It has been for ages, guys. You guys know that. On my Kavat, this is what I'm currently running on my Kavat for endless missions. This is only for endless missions. I would probably run other stuff if I was going to do something else. This isn't important. You can take it out. Crits are not important in there, really. Hunter recovery. That means that my pet can technically heal me if he hits stuff enough times. And it's funny to watch my Kavat, like, you know, chew on level 5,000 to 9,000 enemies. You do not have to worry about him doing enough damage to wake one up from being asleep from a sleep arrow. It will not happen. They cannot do that much damage. They can't even do that much damage against some of the lower level mobs. And the reason I use that and that is because it seems to give me better heals with those two. I've tried every other combination and it just doesn't heal quite as well. And like I said, the other reason is because you know, he's unlikely to die because you're going to be always doing melee. And if he does, you can res him and then he can, like, you know, pick your stuff up for you. Because fetch, I'm so glad they put fetch in. From the minute that they came out with Cupros, I said they need to put a fetch mod in, and I'm so happy that they did. Anyway, that's what I run on my Kavat, and that's it. That's how I do endless mod. If I want to stay for, you know, upwards of 3, 4, like I said, you can go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, however long you want to go, as long as you can stay awake. You can go in there. Let's see, what else? In case some of you want to see it, I have changed some things. I put up some more decorations in my ship. This is still basically the same. I love these Samaris things. I have multiples of them now. I'll just give a quick run through of it in case anybody hasn't seen it in a while. course, all my stuff in the back is still pretty much the same. I got all my floofs and stuff. I'm so glad that we can now put however much stuff we want out. As you can see, I got another one up there. They just warn us that it could cause performance issues. I hope that when they come out with Railjack and they change our ships, they give us an option to keep our ships, because I'm really cozy and at home here, DE, and I don't want my ship to change. I don't. I like it the way it is. It's been this way for ages, and I really want it to stay like this. Those posters, if you guys want to know how to solo your way to an hour in the index, again, look me up. I can teach you how. Anybody can do an hour in the index. It doesn't take that much, really. Anyway, that's basically all the changes. See, I've even got one of those here. That's all the changes to Mush as well. Not a lot in here has changed. A few things. As you can see, I haven't been streaming since last Valentine's Day when I gave stuff away, but I do miss it, and I love y'all, and I hope y'all are having a good one. I miss y'all. Look me up on Discord, guys. Like I said, I got a lot of family stuff going on right now, and it's a rough time. So if you get some prayers out there for my oldest son, that'd be appreciated. And I hope you guys have a great one. And that'll be it. See y'all later.